Okay, so I know I'm in C minor. So for the left hand, the only 7 choices I have are C, D, E, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. So I had the E flat, I had the A flat, and the B flat. Okay, so the next thing is I'm starting on E flat and I'm finishing on C. So maybe if I start here. Oh, I'm gonna finish on an A flat. Maybe I'll just play an A flat here. That actually sounds pretty good. I'm gonna be dropping down to the B flat. What if I play a B flat here? Ah, that doesn't sound good. What other choices do I have? G, okay. D. It's starting to get all messy. So let's go back to what we talked about before. What are the common chords that songs use? Well, they use the first. So in C minor, the tonic chord is C, E, G, but my E is flat. Okay, so what if I just play this now? Oh, I gotta steal that key. That sounds pretty good, actually. So I'm gonna be playing an A flat. Okay. First chord of C minor is C, E flat, G. The fourth is 1, 2, 3, 4. F, A, C. But we remember that our A is flat here. Okay, so actually I'm gonna have to move my right hand up higher because I don't have enough room. Now, should I keep playing this left hand? Kind of sounds too poundy, so I'm just gonna play it and hold it. I think that's a lot easier. And I find that when I start playing my right hand melody with this, that it just sounds too busy. So I'm gonna wait till I get to here. Because if I remember, that seems like a strong beat there. So I'm just gonna wait to play my left hand until I get to the C. Now I'm going to move up to the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't sound too bad. Okay, so let's try the fifth now. 4, 5. Oh, my B's are flat. Oh, there's too much clash here. Do you know why there's clash? Let's take a look. I'm playing an E flat and my thumb has a D. That's the worst sound. We don't want really close tones like that. What if I just skip that D? Let's see what happens. That actually sounds way better. But that's telling me something. This D is not part of the chord that we want, because if it was, it should sound fine. How else can we figure out a chord? Well, let's look at the white keys only. So we talked about how having a triad needs 3 tones. I've got 3 here, but I know that this D doesn't work. Okay, and just pretend the B is flat right now. We're just using white keys to help us see it. I'm gonna take this tone and I'm gonna actually play the bottom one instead and see what happens here. Okay, so I've got E, G, B. Do you remember which ones were flat in the scale that we're playing in? C minor, let's see. Okay, so I need to have a B flat and I need to have the E flat. So I've got a B here, I've got to flatten it, and I've got an E here, so I'm going to flatten it. Okay, so where were we? Oh, nice. That actually sounds good. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I'm playing the tonic chord here, the first chord of the scale. Playing the fourth, it works. I don't know, I don't quite like it now that I'm playing it again, but let's just go with it. Okay, so that's pretty neat. So we have 1, 4, and then 3. That 4 is not sitting well with me, so let's see what else we can do. 4 is F, A flat, C. How else can we turn this into a chord? Well, I can take that top key and throw it down. My Ds are natural. Oh, that's diminished though. And the second chord in a minor key is diminished. It just sounds wrong. So let's just see what that would sound like. Oh, that's even worse. Okay, so when we were playing the fourth chord, I'm not going to take that top key and move it down to make a new chord. I'm actually going to take the bottom key and move it up. And I'm going to play what would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the sixth chord of a minor key. Sounds happy. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to go from the first chord to 6. I like that. I think that's actually the original from the song. And then I move down to the third. Now we're on to something. Okay, so the very end of this part is those two make part of a chord. In C minor, let's see, what chord could those be part of? Well, they could be part of 2, which would be, A is flat. The diminished, we just want to stay away from that diminished chord. It just doesn't sound good unless it's used properly. And we'll talk about that later. Okay, so I'm not going to play the higher tone. Let's try playing the lower tone. So down here, a B. But our Bs have to be flat because we have to follow the rules of E flat major, C minor, but C minor is really a copycat of E flat major. So Bs have to be flat. So it went. That sounds nice. I like that. Okay, let's remember what we have here. We've got 1, then we jumped up to 6. We jumped down to 3. And then I'll just jump down to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, B flat is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's try this whole thing again. Now notice, I'm not playing these triads over and over just because it can be overdone. Harmony can be way overdone, and we're going to talk about something in the next lesson called harmonic rhythm. So let me finish this example here. That sounds great. So what are the root notes of the chords that I was playing? Because I don't need to do full triads. So the very basic way to harmonize this Despacito would be like this, playing just the bottoms of the triads. that would be step one, the very basic way to do it. Now that I know what chords they are, I'm just going to add a second tone to the chords. Now we know that doesn't make a chord because then it's called ambiguous. When there's only two tones we're playing, we don't know if it's this or if it's this. But we do have a third tone, and it's the melody. So let's see if it works. I'm just going to play the bottom tone of the chord, of the triad, and the middle one of each one, and see if it works. So I'm going to play a C and an E flat, because I'm just skipping the top one. Now I'm going to jump up to 6, but I'm going to skip the top tone. You can hear that it sounds okay, but it's very thin. It doesn't have a very strong sound to it. Now, third is like that, so I'm going to skip the top one. And 7 is that, but I'm going to skip the top one. Oh, but notice, the melody actually has the top one in it, so it sounds not too bad.